how do I sound this without sounding like a arrogant jerk or something? But it takes a lot to impress me. I've had my 4Runner since 2017, which is when I really dove headfirst into the over-the-land off-road camping world, and most of what's out there is variations or copies of the same thing, and some items and some gear is better quality, which makes a huge difference, but not a ton of innovation in the last 10 years. And that is until, of course, we started working on this van, and Micah found this company, Knarly Vans, or Knarly Vans, that makes window covers, but not just normal window covers. Number one, they make them for the passenger van, which is amazing because not many companies do, but because this is the first time in a very long time that I've seen a product installed and used a product that is so well thought out and actually solves an answer. So it answers a question that I think a lot of people didn't know they needed to ask, but until you see it, you don't quite realize how epic it is to have an insulating window cover that remains installed. You don't have to take it off and store it because they turn into a big bundle when you're storing them, but being able to unzip, and I'm showing you on the back because it's easier to show, being able to unzip and simply roll it up was absolutely mind-blowing for me. And I don't know who's more grateful, me or the toddler that sat right here for 2 weeks while we were on our trip to Canada and was able to simply, when she wanted this thing to go up or down and we didn't have to fish it out of the bag, we just unzip and roll it up, or roll it back down when she wants to take a nap or get the sun out of her face. It's fairly obvious that the window covers would have to go on manually like this every time you use them and store them away because you can't just leave that up while you're driving. And also the windshield one is just as easy to put on, and they're all fully black out. They're game changing for being able to, I feel like I've been saying game changing a lot, but it's game changing because you can have these all closed while you're sleeping, the sun comes up, or maybe you're in a truck stop like we did a few times and the bright lights are not shining in. The sun comes up and you stay cool. It's just, it's overwhelming how excited I am about all our covers. The install process is fairly easy. It comes with a couple of the nylon plastic, I call them trim and molding tools. It's stuff that you use to pull the trim off of your door panel. Oh, panel tool. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It comes with a couple of those, so if you don't have them already, you're covered. And it basically just, you use one to, I made it harder on myself because I was just trying to shove it in as I went. But I noticed that while I was installing these, what you want to do is use one to kind of pry the trim and then use the other one to stuff it down. There's little magnets that are sewn into the edges of the cover that reach down, and behind the trim, those magnets get to the metal framing to help really keep them in place. So there was a couple spots that were a little tricky where the trim was tighter. There are a couple spots where the trim was not so tight and it goes in really easy. A couple times the toddler was able to pull on it and pull it back out again, but we kept our tools with us, and within a minute and a half it was all back up on the one that she continued to abuse. So we got them for every window in the van, the full kit. From here back, the whole back of the van are the ones that stay installed where you tuck it behind the trim. It's pretty convenient because the packaging for the tools it has all the labels for the different covers to make it easy to know which side is which and which one goes where. So once they're installed, and this is something that I didn't know that we needed. Again, I'm more of a truck guy. If you've been following the channel at all, you would know that. And Micah is the one that kind of has been doing a lot of the van research as we were getting ready to build it. So she found Knarly Vans, and which is, I love the spelling, Knarly Vans. It's like my funnest thing to say these days. She found Knarly Vans, and they were kind enough to send us this kit so that we could make this video and share it with all of you. But put them in, and it wasn't until I put them in that I realized just how cool they were, being able to roll them up and down as needed instead of having to pull them down and store them. Also, a completely unintended benefit that I did not see coming was just how much of a difference the insulation make. And I think that having things on the roof makes a big difference too and helps along with our tint. So it's kind of like three things working together, but our AC in the van was absolutely awful. If it got over 80, 85 degrees, the AC on full blast would barely keep up. But after putting these on and a couple things on the roof, we're driving through 108 in Nevada, and I looked at Mike and I'm like, hey, it must not be that hot outside because I'm getting kind of cold. And the fan speed was at 2. Well, I looked, it was 108 degrees outside. And it just blew my mind how, well, it was an epiphany moment where I realized the van AC never sucked. It was just that the van is like a big heat radiator with the big side windows and big sheet of black metal on the top. All it needed was some insulation. It was just partly insulated before. So it made an insane difference. At least these covers were a piece of the puzzle for making a huge difference with how our AC performed. We've used a couple brands of covers now, and while there's a lot of great brands out there that make covers, not everyone makes them for the passenger van. So that's an extra bonus alone. And I say passenger van, also specifically the midroof. Everyone's got a high roof if you're doing a proper conversion. So having it available for the passenger midroof transit is huge thing all by itself, but the fact that this product was so well thought out that you can unzip and roll them up and down. I'll say it again, you don't have to remove it. It's so cool. It's just one of the best thought out products that I've seen in a really long time. So great work, Knarly Vans. Thank you again so much for sending it over to us. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. If you'd consider liking and subscribing, it's a huge help for the channel, and it helps keep me going, keeps my spirits up when I see them rolling in. So again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.